you out, so
Mm-hmm.
not our
Yep.
fault. But let's
Yep.
continue. So you said you went to leave, yeah,
Yeah.
back home in Tampa,
Yeah. I
or
went
where
home
did you
on
go?
leave.
Was it in Tampa?
I went home to Tampa.
Yeah, took your little 30-day leave.
Mm,
And where were you? What was your first duty station for the audience?
it was the Kitty Hawk was my first duty station. I actually got there, arrived maybe a month before the Kitty Hawk was actually in port, so I had to stay on base and
Or TPU?
yeah, yeah, TPU,
What's
place
that
on
mean?
base, whatever it was.
Temporary, I forgot. Something unit. What does that mean? I forgot.
Yeah, I can't remember what it stands for.
Yeah. So then it came in deployment. So you said you're an engineer, and uh, once you said you wanted to do it because of your father and so on. You explained that, but how did you feel? When you first started having to, you waited a month, but how did you first feel about being in the boiler room in the Navy? Was it what you thought?
Oh yeah, yeah. At first it was. At
Okay.
first, I was already expecting it to be hot. I just didn't know it was going to be that hot. That was hot. I mean, I've been in some hot places, but that takes the cake.
Mm-hmm.
I have never sweat so much in my life. I mean, me just getting down into the boiler, and my boots would be squishing with sweat already, just walking down in there.
Uh, so okay, so it's hot, and then now it was good. So explain more in detail of your 4 years, basically, that you spent on the Kitty Hawk on your first command. You said it was good at first. It's hot. So what else did you experience while stationed on the Kitty Hawk?
Well, once they figured that I had a good mechanical side to me, they started basically using my talents to their advantage.
Oh yeah.
Like one time I was down there for 3 days straight helping fix these valves and stuff. And then when I tried to hit my rack, they tried to come get me up 6 hours later from my regular watch. So like, no sir, you got me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
it took it was actually Ponton come down to the berth and was like, get your ass out of the rack.
Yeah,
And
Ponton did not play around.
Yeah, when Ponton says something, you better do it. You know, you're gonna be in some trouble. You're gonna be working your butt off, and so I just got out of my rack and went back down on watch. But that was just one of the incidents.
Yeah, so for those of you who not who Ponton was, he was basically Sailor of the Year for 3 years, if I remember correctly, in a row,
Mm,
and
yeah,
he
he
knew
got
his.
Sailor of the Month, Sailor of the Quarter, and Sailor of the Year all in one month, 1 year.
Yeah, so he definitely knew his stuff in the engineering
Mm,
field, and nobody ever really questioned what he had to say. That's
mm.
the that's basically him in a nutshell. Uh, okay, so while in Kitty Hawk, what different countries did you visit, and what did you think of those? And what was your favorite country?
My favorite was, believe it or not, Busan, Korea. I love that
Really?
that little black market they had going out with the cheap shoes and
Oh yeah, 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 I like
cheap
that.
cheap
Super cheap.
clothes. Yep,
Yeah, folks, we're talking like super cheap. You can get blankets, jerseys, shoes,
like
clothes.
like $20.
Yes,
I
yes.
paid $20 for a Florida State Letterman jacket.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yeah,
was all fake, but it looked good.
yeah.
It looked
Agree.
real. Oh man,
Agree.
I mean, the clothes do look good, but they are cheap.
Yes. So Busan, huh? So where else did you visit while in the
Went
Navy? Other.
been to Thailand, Sydney, Australia. Sydney was probably my favorite. I love Sydney though.
Yeah.
Sydney was cool.
Did you while there? Did you ever visit that opera house, the bridge? You know, what did you like about Sydney?
No, we couldn't visit the opera house. The opera house was actually closed for some reason when we
Hmm.
went there.
But the outside of it, yeah, yeah, I remember that.
Mm,
So, what
yeah,
what did you like best about Sydney?
Sydney was just the people. I just love the way they talk and all the different kinds of people they got their Aboriginal people, the Australian
Hmm.
people.
Hmm.
So many different cultures living there. It's amazing.
Oh yeah, for sure. And then the English, I'm sure, because most of the countries that we
Mm,
visited, most of them didn't speak English, or they, yeah, some are better than other. So, so where else did you go,
um,
if you remember?
Singapore was dope. I like Singapore.
Hmm.
Singapore is the cleanest country I've ever been to.
Agree.
That is absolutely tip top on their part.
Hmm. Hmm.
They have a beautiful country. It's
Did
because
you?
they cane you for everything.
Yeah, right. Cane or fine, or they'll find something
mm,
to get you. But yeah, they definitely do not play, and then yeah, beautiful country, man. We really did visit a lot of good countries, in my opinion.
mm,
While stationed in Southeast Asia is beautiful. What about Japan?
mm.
Did you like Japan while we were stationed
Oh
there?
yeah, yeah. I like Japan. I loved Yokosuka. I never got to see the other one we hit. The one that was up
Oh
north. Was
yeah,
that starts with an S?
Sasebo.
Yeah, Sasebo. I never
I
got
think
to see Sasebo.
Otaro or something. Otaro, if I'm not mistaken. Sasebo. Where they have like the
Sasebo.
ice festivals and stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
same
I was
here.
on restriction when we hit that.
Same here. We went there, but we didn't go there. Yeah, I been on that quite a few times. But anyway, so uh, I think we also went to like Dubai, right? UAE or something, didn't we?
We were out there. We didn't actually hit it
Yeah,
though,
yeah, yeah,
because it was under the wartime.
yeah. So speaking of wars, what during you're an Iraq veteran, but what wars did you technically go to? Iraqi and Afghanistan, correct?
Yeah, the Iraqi Operation Enduring Freedom and Operation Iraqi Freedom
Hmm.
went
So,
directly from Iraqi Operation Enduring Freedom directly into Operation Iraqi Freedom.
so how did you feel about those deployments?
They were long and they sucked.
Explain for the people, please.
18 and 6 for starters.
So what's 18 and
Half the time,
6?
18 and 6 means you're working 18-hour shifts
Hmm.
and off for only 6 hours. Now, mind you, that's 6 hours you have off. You're thinking, oh, that's just 6 hours. You're good. No, you got to go eat and you got to go take a shower because your stinky ass better go hit those showers before you hit your rack because you're gonna be smelling right not for too long.
Hmm. Plus,
So
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
so you got to figure in, you got to stand in line to go eat, got to stand in line to go eat and shower and stuff. Mind you, there's 5,500 sailors on board on this ship. You all have to eat, you all have to sleep, you all have to, shower and stuff. So you're all sharing the same showers, same cafeteria. You got to make sure you get your food and get seated fast. And you got to make sure you jump and get a shower real fast too, because you ain't got you're working on probably an hour and a half, 2 hours sleep tops by the time you fall asleep and everything.
Correct. And then you add in those GQs, man overboards,
Mm,
that weren't just part of the actual routine, like the normal day, I guess, the normal week. But we had a lot more. on that, especially that 2000. I think it was the 2003 deployment, right? For the enduring freedom due to the terrorist attacks. So right, we we also what else oh yeah, people were going like really stressing because of the morale, like you said, working long hours. So every day, if we had that bad watch rotation, we sleep about 2 hours a day,
Mm,
like you said. But if we had that good watch rotation, you might have 3 or 4 hours of sleep every day. And I think we were out to sea straight. We're basically on a secret mission floating base, correct? For the special forces. No contact with any family or anybody on that
mm.
deployment. And I think, if I remember correctly, you were out to sea about 130 days straight without touching land or any contact with anybody. Is that correct from your
Mm, yeah,
understanding?
I think it was actually 119 days.
Okay, okay.
I think the Lincoln beat our record. They got 144 days out to sea without hitting any land.
Yeah, but
The beer days were fun though.
oh yeah, beer days. But they actually robbed us on one of those beer days. I remember. Remember that?
mm,
So that, like, so, so okay, okay. So how do you feel as a veteran or in the military at the time? How that affected, at that moment, your mental health? Do you think it affected you significantly, or because here's the thing about PTSD, as I stated before in my videos, you have onset PTSD, which basically occur immediately. It can occur days, weeks, months, or years. So at that moment of having 18 and 6 and all these GQs and this and that, how do you feel like it affected your mental health at the moment,
oh, it absolutely affected me.
and everybody else too around you? You think who we were
Mm,
stationed with?
oh yeah.
Uh, cause think, folks. You're working those long hours, not eating correctly, not ever seeing the sunlight. It's super hot where we worked, as he explained, and
Mm,
we see each other every single day. So definitely, you're not best of friends while on deployment for that 119 days
mm,
straight. So yeah, I agree. It affected not only myself, but I saw it affected a lot of people, and we started getting like really bad anger issues during that deployment.
mm.
And okay, so thank you for explaining that. We were done. Oh, we have to go over here. Once we were done, how life was back in the home port of Japan for, you know, let's start off with the ship's company. How do you think they were treated comparing to us engineers?
Oh, the ship's company was treated like they were just everything.
Hmm.
Everything. They were the cat's meow. We weren't nothing. We were like the forgotten. We were put in the bottom of the ship and forgotten about. That's how I felt on there.
Yeah, yes. And I know I remember, but I'll let you explain it from your mouth. Uh, what was the conditions, like the working hours on a day-to-day basis after that deployment? You know, yeah. So let's hear from your mouth. How you felt?
Long import hours. We would start off at 8 a.m. and wouldn't get off till like 5, 6, 7 o'clock at night.
That was on a good day, though. That was on a good
Yeah,
day.
that was on a good day. That was on a good day.
And
That's
that,
if you weren't part of Texas Tuesdays or West Coast Fridays or Wednesdays or Thursdays, whenever Ponton had his little set up. That was ridiculous. I actually volunteered with you guys on those days. I would stay late with you guys because
oh
that just
man.
wasn't right. Let everybody go except for Texas Tuesdays and West Coast Fridays or
Mm,
Wednesdays or whatever it
yeah, West
was. I
Coast
can't remember.
Wednesdays, yeah, and Texas
Yeah.
Tuesdays, I think it was. And for those,
Yep.
who may or may not know me, being from California, guess what? Every Wednesday, I had, I had to stay late no matter if I liked it or not. And there's nothing I can do
Mm.
because, as I explained with Hans on. But also, too, thank you for sharing that. Also, too, let me know when you're done with this.
Oh yeah, yeah, we're done. We can go in here.
I'm waiting for you. So, thank you. So, do you remember, did we, since we're on an old ship,
Oh.
a very old ship, I think it was built in '60. So,
Mm.
so remember, we came from back-to-back deployments basically for a long period of time. Uh, I believe we failed all of our engineering inspections, and like you said, that was the
I
good
need more
day.
falling.
Okay, that was kind of prior to when things really started getting worse. Do you agree that we go from 8 to about 5, 6, and then once we
Hmm.
failed all the engineering inspection after that deployment, basically, I think the 2003 deployment, I remember because we got a whole new chain of command. So for us engineers, that's basically a new CO.
Hmm.
Where'd you go? CO, a new
I went to
executive.
the main entrance because I need falling.
Okay. So we got a new XO, we got a new command master chief. Our chief engineer was a captain as well. Our executive,
Hmm.
whatever, our MPA, main propulsion assistant. So basically, we got a whole new chain of command, and they were sent there to not play games. And we basically then started working, I think, even longer hours, if I
Yep.
remember correctly.
10 o'clock at night was like an early night
Uh,
when the
yes,
chain of command happened. That was like an
yes,
early night getting off at 10.
hmm correct. Oh yeah, let me grab some of this stuff too. Yeah, I think we started about 7, 7:30, and didn't get off
Hmm.
till 9, 10, the latest. And we always hear, "Hey, it's 5 o'clock, guys. Why are we? Why aren't we? Why are we still
Hmm.
here? Oh, we're waiting for the Chang to come down. Oh, we're waiting for Chief. That's what Chief would say. Waiting for Chang.
Hmm. Waiting for the
Well,
chain.
where's the Chang? Every day, every
Hmm.
single day.
Yeah.
So, you know, we basically, and we had to be back on the boat by 11:59, which is Cinderella Liberty. So remember, we're working those long hours. We just came off from a very stressful deployment, and things didn't go well for us, especially in
Hmm.
engineering. Uh, During that 2 hour time frame, we were just so stressed and mentally and physically drained. Not just mentally, remember, physically, because we worked about 6 or 7 decks below even the the level, of the quarter deck, basically, which is where you enter the ship. And we never saw the sun, and we lifting heavy equipment all day, so that takes a going up and down those ladders, that takes a toll on you physically as well. Do you agree?
Hmm. Oh yeah, I'm feeling it now.
At a young
Definitely
age
feeling it in
too.
my back. Yeah.
Yeah. And so yes, so during think about all of that going on and so much major stress. So basically on that hour, maybe 2 hours, we would go to the club on base, or like Level 40 Gaming said, they call it the haunch, which is outside the base in Japan, a lot of bars, and we would just get wasted, drunk until people started doing stupid things. So a lot of, I'm not gonna say it. I want you to say it, okay? What incidences do you remember people doing that caused us to get in trouble?
Oh yeah, the break-ins, the rapes,
The
people,
killings,
yeah, the killings,
not just between uh, military folk,
sailors,
but
yeah, and
Japanese
yeah,
too.
Japanese civilians, yep.
Yeah.
People were going out in town and going nuts.
So what happened in your words after that? incidences started occurring? What did they do to us?
We got locked down.
Blue card, white card. You
Blue
couldn't go
card,
out
white
without a
card.
buddy.
Yep. Yep.
Hmm And that just continued adding more stress, and people started
Mm,
getting a lot more in trouble. So we called our ship CV. So CV means carrier vessel 63, Kitty Hawk. So we started calling it CB Cell Block 63 because that's how we felt. We were treated like
mm,
prisoners or slaves, however you want to call it, and that's not something people normally, the average citizen, goes through, and very stressful times. Just gonna say, and that's level 40 gaming stated, and the Chico and other people who we were stationed with can attest that we still feel the effects and have those effects in our day-to-day lives of the mental and physical pain, and can be frustrating. So
mm.
thank you for sharing about Japan. So was Japan your only duty station?
Nope. I extended 6 months past my EOS so I could come home early, back to stateside. And
Especially all that
the fir-
after all that debacle, yeah,
yeah, after all that debacle,
yeah, debacle.
I first off, I get orders to a ship that's being decommissioned. Like, how does that even happen? I get orders to a ship. I kid you not. The ship was I can't remember the name of the ship. Doesn't matter. It was being decommissioned anyway. I get to I get to where the ship is supposed to be docked at, and it's docked there all right. And there's like all these sailors with bags, and they're coming off the ship like they just pulled into port. And I was like, okay, they must have just pulled in. So I get to the quarter deck and I give my orders, and the guy's like, "Who sent you? Is this Miller's joke?" And he looks at the guy on the quarter deck. He's like, "No, this is Miller's joke." He was like, he goes, I was like, "No, sir, this is not a joke. I'm seriously here with orders to come aboard your ship." And he was like, "Okay." And he calls up the guy in the yeoman's office, and he comes down and he starts talking to me. He's like, "So nobody put you up to this?" I was like, "No, sir." He's like, "Well, today's your lucky day because you get unprecedented any order to any ship you like,
Mm.
as long as they need your specialty." Because I had just come from sea school. I had to go to a sea school. I
Oh
went
yeah,
to cargo weapons elevator sea school,
awesome.
hydraulic elevator.
That's a good
Yeah,
one.
hydraulics. Yeah. So I went to that sea school and transferred over to Norfolk. And the only ship that really needed somebody with my skills was the USS Saipan. And talk
Was
about
that
old
was
ships.
that a
That
LPD or LHD? I'm
it's a
not too.
LH. It was a
Okay, okay.
LHA.
Oh, LHA. Okay.
Yeah. And so talk about getting orders to an old ship. Oh my goodness, this thing was rickety. I mean, they're rickety, rickety.
See, let's say it's
I
worse than the
mean, it
Hawk.
was. Oh yeah, it was older than the Hawk. Had to have been. I mean, this ship was falling apart. When I go into the hangar bay's all rusty. I mean,
Oh
it
my.
just looked horrible. So I get there, and I was there for, I don't know, 6 months, and I ended up getting a DUI.
Mhm.
And when I got the DUI, instead of going right to the ship and getting on restriction again, instead of doing that, I went home. So I wanted to go home on leave.
Mhm.
Like I missed a couple promises. I was coming home on leave, this, and that, and the other. So I had to make up good on those promises that I was definitely going to be coming home on Thanksgiving this year. And I got the DUI, and I knew if I went back to the ship, I was going to get put on restriction. There goes the Liberty. So, so instead of going back to the ship, I went home on leave anyway. And then when I come home, I turned myself in and got kicked out.
Mm. Oh shoot.
There goes, there goes all the benefits and everything flushed down the toilet. So I get home and I was feeling a little depressed about getting kicked out, and went back doing drugs and doing pills. And 10 years ago, well, it was about 14 years ago now, I actually ended up ODing on methadone and Xanax, and I almost died. And through
Jeez.
prayers and everything, I mean, the doctor said that I was going to be a vegetable, the first ever vegetable. um,
Nice.
Back because I was in a coma for 2 weeks.
Wow.
I was not going to make it. I was pronounced. I was dead.
Hmm.
And through prayers and stuff, I was brought back. And luckily, I came back, born again Christian.
Amen to that, brother. Shoot. Amen. So, okay. So, wow. That's a good story. We'll touch on that a little bit. So, so you said we'll rewind. Going back to Kitty Hawk to the duty station. This is how we have to try to make things more clarifying to individuals. So that definitely gave you that that PTSD and other issues, and then you brought that to your command without probably you knew it but didn't know it because you know what did we do while we're in the military to get rid of our problems? Go drink, and that's not
Mm-hmm.
very healthy, especially for the brain and the mental. If we're already really low morale. So you brought that to your next command, and then uh, you didn't finish your 4 years. You said your first
Nope.
enlistment.
No. No. Yeah, I did finish the first enlistment. It was the extension that I messed up on.
Hmm. And you got separated with what? General
OTH.
OTH, other than honorable. So
Mm-hmm.
in your type of situation, here in California, they actually allow you to get mental health services having an OTH, and especially, uh, I'm not gonna say where you live, but maybe it may be different. I don't know, or it's changed a lot though. The VA, I'll give them that, but you can't get mental health services, especially with what occurred in in our experience in the military. That's the reason why you did what you did to get separated, basically. And the
Mm-hmm.
military, in my opinion, they shouldn't have done that to us in the first place, and they should have helped us while we're in. That's how I look at it. Because they screwed us,
Mm-hmm.
bro. They screwed so many of us. And I remember too, while we were on Kitty Hawk, so many of our friends we were in the boiler room with got kicked
Mm-hmm.
out while 2 3 years in the Navy, and they got kicked out when the same time when all that stuff started happening, and they can't even really get benefits for that either. So your situation may be a little different because you kind of passed that time frame, but we'll get there when we get there. And sorry that happened. God God loves you, and that's why you're here to
Mm-hmm.
serve that purpose. Because not many people can say what you just said, and that's so.
Not many people get a second chance.
Oh man, not at all. And I can kind
Nope.
of relate to that in a way. So, do you still have issues to this day regarding that coma? Or would you say it's more not just from the PTSD and physical pain from our job, but you say that coma caused you to have additional mental health challenges too?
Um, yeah, yeah, it absolutely has. Cause like I have real bad trouble remembering stuff, remembering stuff. like worse now than I I had before I was at my coma. So like I struggle with a lot of things like the simple stuff like thinking of words, you know,
Hmm.
like a word like I'm doing right now, stumbling over my tongue, but
Yeah,
it's like worse now than it was before I had my accident.
yeah, I could imagine.
Like my thought process, it takes a little bit longer for me to think of stuff when I'm trying to remember something,
And do you and do
stuff
you?
like that.
Yeah, I agree. And do you feel it's like that every day, or you sometimes have? Hello?
Hello, I'm here.
I think it kicked us out
You
again. It
there?
keeps kicking me out.
Uh-oh.
Mm,
I gotcha.
it's like contacting destiny too.
I'll just come out of your menu.
Contacting destiny 2 servers. So just go back to the moon or what?
No,
Remove from
just
the game world. Please try again.
uh, oh, you got kicked.
And it's always be happening on Destiny.
Hmm.
I think I'm back now. Nope. This dang game. You receipt. Alright. Why does this keep saying contacting Destiny 2? But then I'm in the screen. Why don't I just close my app? Oh,
Let's close the app. It'll cut us off. End your stream.
okay, so we'll finish our interview and then I'll stop broadcasting and then I'll continue then. Sounds good. Sorry about that, folks. Issues with the server again. So,
Hmm.
uh, thank you for sharing all of that about your story and your history. Uh, and as always, praise God. Thank you for His beautiful blessings upon us and
Yes.
the people He's put in our life and those He's taken out, because that definitely helps with our mental health and our spiritual growth on this journey of the world. So, let's get
Amen.
into, thank you. Let's get into now the next topic will be what you currently do to help with your mental health issues, that you just explained. So as we can see here, gamer name is Level40 Gaming, and let's let us. So is that what you mostly do to help with your mental health?
Yeah, absolutely. I find gaming to be really relaxing. It really calms me down whenever I'm having those real tense moments. I really like to play games that aren't going to be so frustrating to me to kind of keep my I guess attitude at a calm state. So that's why I really just like to play video games to take my mind away off the stress in the real world and just kind of escape to an alternate reality, I guess.
Yeah,
I
for
uh
sure. Go
I
ahead.
also stream on Twitch. I have a Twitch channel, Level 40 Gaming, of course.
The one that's on the screen.
Um,
Yes, yes.
yeah, yeah.
How long have you been
This
streaming for?
I've been streaming for about 5, 6 months.
Awesome.
I mainly used to stream Division 2 hardcore mode because that was really that's really fun. But I've been really streaming anything, Red Dead Redemption 2. I like the story in that. And then I stream, of course, Destiny. Oh, excuse me. Um, I stream some Cyberpunk 2077, a little bit of that, a little bit of Horizon Zero Dawn. So I just play games that are really gonna take me away from all the hustle and bustle of real life. That's why I play games. I play games to escape reality, really,
Yeah.
to help keep my nerves calm.
Yes. And so you mentioned the games that you play, so that means Call of Duty is off the off the table for you.
Oh yeah, I cannot do PvP because there's too many open windows for cheaters to be able to crawl in through and get an easy W. I mean, if you want to play PvP with me, I'll play PvP with you, but I don't. To play against a cheater, just to play against other cheaters who have better cheats than those cheaters, it's really, really frustrating.
Yes, it
So I
is,
just stay
and
away from PvP games altogether.
I agree, and I understand where you're coming from because that can really, especially if you have mental health already, that can really
Mm,
irritate you
it'll
very
really
quickly.
escalate it. Yep,
Yes,
that can absolutely.
and dealing with mental health, I've noticed personally myself, a lot of people tend to get on my nerves very quickly comparing to
Mm,
before or especially prior to the military.
yeah.
And I like what you said that this helps you escape reality in a way, and but there is, as always, the positives and negatives to gaming, and you touched on a lot of those in a way, and you know with us having both of us having brain injuries, we should say, and PTSD and pain, playing certain kind of games like Destiny, for example, uh, you have to do like puzzle type stuff, and like
Mm,
that can help you with us with our cognitive in a way, and we build relationships and friendships, not just here in America, but anywhere in the world. We can play with people anywhere in the world, and if we,
mm,
like playing with like-minded people, we can, just like in the real world, we have to navigate and have conversation with these individuals to find the good ones. Same as the game, and as long as you keep the boundaries of what you don't like to discuss too much, if, with those individuals, it makes the gaming experience great, and can, like you said, help with the stress. I'm thinking of the positives right now. You
mm,
know, that's a lot of good ones that can help you kind of with your vision as long as you don't do it too long, and help with depression and or anxiety. And some of the negatives would be addiction, or if the you could miss your work if you work, children missing school, not doing their homework, getting bad grades. Another good benefit.
is the
Uh,
fact that Assassin's Creed actually, just because of that game, actually helped rebuild the cathedral that burned down over there in,
well, that's
where was
awesome.
it, Paris or France, somewhere over there. The cathedral caught on fire, but because Assassin's Creed did the whole video game on that same cathedral, they actually used the blueprints from that game to rebuild the cathedral. Isn't that awesome?
Oh yeah, man, I didn't even know that.
Mm-hmm.
I did not
Yep.
know that. Thank you for sharing.
Yep. Yep.
Cause yeah, that's a really good benefit. Giving back. Um,
Mm,
Another negative though too that I discussed the negatives. Thank you for adding that positive. But on a negative side is not getting the proper adequate amount of sunlight if you play all day every day, because we all know that the sun, is the vitamin D and is very nutrient driven natural light for not just us but nature in general. Getting fresh air, it's good for our skin, it's good for depression. So that's kind of the negative about gaming too. So just like I said, everything else, do it in moderation. And the
Mm,
important piece is getting out of that stressful environment you may be in, or you may have a bad day in work, you may have a bad day in school, or you just want a peace of mind and get on here like we're doing. It's fun. We're playing a great game, and we always have good positive conversations amongst ourselves, and enjoy it. And is there anything
mm.
else you would like to add about your gaming or your streaming, or anything in general you like to add that we didn't discuss?
Um, no, I just really like anything that's not going to stress me out in games. That's the big selling point I have. I mean, if it's going to be stressful and there's going to be players trying to cheat to win, then I'm out. That's
Oh yeah,
that's just a real turn off for me.
yeah, because
So
that
I
could
like
be.
to
Go
I
ahead.
like to play I like to play PvE games.
Yeah.
Player versus environment
Mhm.
with with your buddies. That's what I like.
Absolutely. But yeah,
Getting
that's.
in touch, getting in touch with old friends,
Yes. Yeah, you just
just
brought up a
playing the
good
game.
point though, is that's a negative for sure too, is you know, it can cause depression and or anxiety for sure if you don't play
Mm,
right. So it's all about having fun and making the right choices. And thank you for sharing uh, that piece, my brother, on that.
mm.
And yeah, so if you like playing games too, who's this guy? Do I have to do it, or you? Activity unavailable.
No,
Oh, you're the
I
leader.
think we got to progress. We got to do something before we can do this.
Okay. So yeah,
See now.
if you enjoy playing games, and especially the games that Level 40 gaming right here stated, uh, always subscribe to him,
Yeah,
follow
don't forget.
him on Twitch.
Yeah, follow, subscribe. Yeah,
He's
I will be getting. I do have a nice setup. After this Wednesday, I'll be getting a green screen set up, so
good
I'll
for
be able to
you.
show my picture. My face will be up on the screen,
Oh,
so
that's great,
I'll
bro.
be I'll be streaming a lot more once I get that set up. I've just been taking a kind of a break until I get everything set up. That way, it's done right.
For sure, for sure. I understand. More professional looking,
Mm-hmm.
and be able to interact and let people see who you are. I
Mm-hmm.
agree. And Level 40 gaming, he's a real good dude. He's a good team player, really knowledgeable on a lot of the games that he listed. So, as I stated, please follow, subscribe, or like his channel. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not too familiar with Twitch and how it operates, but he can definitely point you in the right direction on those games. And me personally, like we stated, I like to play games once in a while because life's everyday stresses. It kind of helps me too, and having a cool wife who allows me to do this, I really appreciate her and being a blessing in my life and allow me to. Oh, what happened? Oh, you started it.
I started it.
Playing games with Level 40 Gaming and the people that he's met during the time he's played. And for me too, I play some of these similar games as him when I get the chance to get on and play. I also like to play Madden. If anyone wants to play some Madden, he has a PS5. I have a PS4. But the beauty of that is it's cross-platform. Once in a while, I'll play some NBA 2K and some Call of Duty. But as stated, I try not to play that often because that game will piss me off. Look at those little cheaters just camping around the corner with their
Mm-hmm.
tent and
All it
s'mores.
is, all it is a cheat fest on who's got the better cheat.
Yes. Yes.
That's all it is.
And the cool thing, you know, I think it works for PS5 too, is I know PS4, like I can game share. So
Mm,
if you don't know
yep.
what that is, folks, is example, my son, he has a PS4 too. We use my account as the main login, and you know, if we buy a game, I can share it with him for free too. And you know, another good way to bond, not just in real life, but you know, on the game, and have some fun together too. You know, find different things that help, and you know, be a good influence to him. And so yeah, that's a cool thing about this PlayStation. It definitely saves a lot of money because we don't have to double up on our games. Because that's another negative. Games can be pretty expensive.
Mm,
So I try to keep it, like my gaming, my games to a minimum. Because I
mm,
don't have a lot of money
yeah.
to play on the little income I receive every month. But you know, it's fun. And
Mm,
unless you have any,
keeps
go ahead.
keeps me from doing stupid stuff.
Oh yeah,
Keeps me
yes.
busy, keeps me happy enough to where I don't get out and start doing other
That,
things.
agree. That's a great point you just made, and a
Mm,
great positive,
yeah.
because yeah, definitely can keep us out of trouble,
Mm,
and making us do, like he said, stupid things. And you know, I'm sure both of our ladies can agree they'd rather have us home doing this than out doing some stupid stuff.
mm,
So, uh, yeah, that's awesome, man. And we let me know too, guys, who's gonna be viewing this. Oh shoot,
mm.
I mean, you know,
I
let
was
me
down
know
with
if
the
this is
second potato.
something. Did I revive you in time? Yep.
Oh no, you're good. I
Um,
got it.
but if this is something you want to see us do on a regular basis, you know, between the YouTube channel and uh, Level 40 Gaming of streaming games, or you know, we can do it together if you have a channel, if you have the time. Uh, but yeah, let us know in the comments, or if you know me in real life, you can always just hit me up in person, email, text, you know, whatever works best for you. And yeah, if you have anything you want to add, same thing. If you agree, disagree with points we made, let us know. And most importantly is you know, let's start treating people better in this world, because you never know who is going through what, and
Mm,
especially you know, level 40 gaming and I's generation. We didn't have a lot of mental health services while we were growing up. Anyway, we really didn't need it because we had fun as kids. Do you agree? We play outside all day, tag or cowboys and
mm,
Indians, ride a bike, or you know. So I feel I didn't really have any issues as a kid playing sports and enjoying life. Most of my stuff came after being in the military, straight up, and dealing with the VA system. That definitely adds a lot of stress to your mental health. So yeah,
mm,
so you know, and if you know anybody who needs help too in life and stuck in a rut, you know, whether they ask for help or not, try to see those signs for them. I know everybody, you can't reach everybody, but you know, it's good to make an effort, be a light for other people in this world, man, because it's a dark world out there, especially nowadays. And you know, with what I have going on with the 5 Star Veterans Coalition, you know, like we explained with Level 40 Gaming, he is didn't even receive any VA services due to what happened. And you know, it's about helping individuals like him, and you know, letting him know that uh, we can possibly get services, because the VA ain't gonna tell you that. I'll just be blatantly honest. And then most people don't even know that they can get benefits at times too, veterans, because they don't share these
Mm.
little secrets with us. You agree?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
And
the only kind of exit, I guess, program I got was they were talking about how there's terrorist whatchamacallums around where you live, and watch out for that stuff. So
yeah, like terrorist
that was my
organizations.
exit. Yeah, that was my exit briefing, I guess you could call it. That was the extent of it.
Really? So what did they say? Yeah, I didn't even touch on that. What do they like do when they kicked
Yeah,
you out? They just kicked you out and didn't explain or
yeah.
tell you anything? It's bye bye,
Well,
thank you.
yeah. There was. I mean, they give me a court martial,
Mm.
and they read the charges off as being UA during such and such a time, and so they give me the discharge, and then on the when they told me I was getting kicked out, there was like this class I had to go to on after you get out
Here
of
I
the
got. Here
military,
I
what
popped
to
my
look for
super.
and stuff like that, and
I popped the super. Really? See, and that's
you
the
know,
thing. Your command didn't even realize. Of course, I understand. I understand. But didn't look at the signs that you might have had issues, man.
mhm.
You know, like alcoholism, PTSD. But in the VA, they should have definitely helped you too. They took me a while to get my disability, so I understand what you
Yeah,
went through.
my mom said that whenever she went and talked to them, they said that they told her there was nothing they could do for me because I got kicked out on a OTH. Said if I was honorably discharged, then they could do more for me. But
And when was this? What year? 10 years ago?
2000 and yeah, it was 2009 that actually happened.
Okay, okay. So here's
Yeah,
something
no
I can share
9.
with you. Like I said, the VA's changed a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Because I got out in '08, kicked out with a general. So they basically told me the same
Yeah,
stuff.
floors electric.
Oh shoot, that's why. Thanks. Basically just float. Okay. I see, I see, I see. So they told me the same stuff, and like I said, it's changed a lot, man. So, uh, if I get some being a nonprofit, bro, like the important is education, letting people know that. Oh shoot, I didn't realize he was here. Letting people to know the VA's kind of changed for the better, because when, like you said, when we first got out, that's why a lot of veterans were drinking heavily, drugs, killing
Mm-hmm.
themselves, in and out of jail or prison, homeless. In my meetings, I've advocated this to the leadership, but I'm not gonna get into those details right now, because I'm trying to enjoy this game. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but it needs to be said. But with the nonprofit, like try to point you in the right direction, even from where you live, or if we can help service you where I live and bring you out here and do what we have to do, or get disability letters written. 'Cause like I said, it's changed a lot, and it's changed for the better. But there's still a
Mm-hmm.
lot of issues that uh, they need to fix. A lot of gaps that need to be filled. Oh yeah, I see what you're talking about before. You need that sword.
Mm-hmm.
Is it gonna pop up
Yeah, this.
again?
Yeah, there'll be one that pops up again.
Alright, thank you. Yeah, see,
Mm-hmm.
like I don't know this stuff, and see how Level 40 Gaming's helping me.
Yeah, the only thing that can hurt him is the sword. Yeah,
Alright, there
got
you
a sword
go.
right here.
And I got one right here. So does his power, like the shield, eventually go down, or?
Yeah, it's going down right now with us hitting them. Yeah, we got him.
Oh, I fell. Okay, good. I didn't
Good
die
job.
though.
You're good.
Oh, I did die.
Uh,
Okay. When that when the screen changed, I didn't know where I was going anymore.
uh,
Yeah, bro. Like I
yeah.
feel with what I've been doing these last 5 years too, it's truly a blessing, and it feels good to have this knowledge that I've gained and resources to help people, man. And I feel like it's kind of God's plan and purpose that He has for me because, like I stated earlier, when we were in the military together, uh, I usually said what was on my mind.
hmm
Do you remember?
hmm You go. You can go ahead and hit it.
Oh,
No,
okay.
get it. Yeah, there you go.
What is this? Oh, artifact. So what does this
It's
do?
unknown artifact.
What does that do?
Uh, I don't know. It's an unknown artifact.
Mm. So is this like some random stuff that will pop up?
hmm
Because what do artifacts do?
Artifacts actually boost your stats.
Nice. I could do
Like
that.
with us being a warlock, you want high intellect so that your super comes back super duper fast. If you're the hunter, you want high mobility. That way you can move around really super duper fast.
So I want
If
high
you're a
intellect, you
titan,
said? High intellect?
yeah,
Okay.
intellect.
Okay. So I don't see where that artifact is on my screen. Doesn't show up.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's because it's unknown. You have to take it to Eris Morn.
Okay. That was a pretty fun mission. I like this shadow
Yeah.
keep. Okay. Watching the cutscene.
hmm
So, how, in your opinion, excuse me, had to get a sip of water.
Oh, you good?
So, in your opinion, I ain't doing this just to, try to make me look good. That's the least thing I'm doing. But how do you feel from the conversations we've kind of had, and especially today? Like, we shared a lot more information, but how do you feel about the information and knowledge that I'm have to be able to help people? You think
Oh yeah,
it's good?
absolutely. You're helpful. You got some good information.
Thanks, brother. Thank you, and thank you
Yes.
too for playing games with me and helping me with that stress level too of the bureaucracy of the VA. That adds a
mm
lot of stress, but it's fun. It's a challenge, but it's fun.
mm mm
So definitely games kind of give me a step back.
mm
So I appreciate, I truly appreciate that, man, because
mm
it continues to help me move forward with what you just said. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Because here's what I don't really want to talk bad, but a lot of people say this and that, we want to help, but deep down, I really don't see it. They just want to do it to make themselves look good, unfortunately.
mm
But I'm a realist, and I'm always gonna be a realist, whether people like it or not. Just tone it down. No more blacking out, pissed, raging out. That's the good word, raging. No more raging
mm
out like I once did. This helps me kind of, like you said, to keep it under control and
mm
other things that God has put in our life. Not having to work and deal with those stressful situations. That's a true blessing in itself too, you know?
mm
Because I feel because you did 4 years. I just did shy of 8. But I feel in my 8 years, bro, that I did, plus dealing with the VA, almost 10 years getting my disability, that's almost 20 years of my life fighting
Mm-hmm.
to move forward in my life. And man, that took a lot of energy from me, man. And I can't be doing that with people anymore. Wanting to argue and being angry at work, or customers clocking in and out, or if I don't sleep or upset about something, someone upsets me at work, and then I'm gonna say something straight to them, and I end up getting in trouble, or they're lazy and I have to do double the work. Yeah, that's not gonna work
Mm-hmm.
anymore for me. So what I do definitely is has its challenges, but it's beautiful, and I know God will always have our back. I know He will. He showed it to me. He brought us out of that dark hole. That super dark hole. And, a lot of people are really lost, man. Really lost.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta tone it down because the lady. Quiet.
Mm-hmm. Yep. She's sleeping.
I heard that, bro. I heard that. Yeah, that's another thing. Just laugh, man. You gotta laugh, people. Enjoy
Mm-hmm.
life. So did I complete Legacy? So nope, I got another quest. System Core Vault Access. Memory of Sai Mota. Hand cannon kills. Yeah, this lady just keeps giving quests, huh? So you wanna continue playing, or are you gonna get off soon?
We'll continue playing.
Alright. So, yeah. Thank you. Oh, this is the campaign. Thank you to, everybody who viewed, and especially watching us play this fun game. If you like it, get it. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and like to play with you sometime, and or help you out in some sort of way. And how do I end sharing? Go back to share.
Yeah, just go back to share play.
Broadcast settings. Stop. All right, everybody. Appreciate you guys. Don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe to my brother and do the same thing. Once again, Level 40 Gaming. I appreciate and love all of you on Twitch. Yes, Level 40 Gaming on Twitch. And appreciate and love all of you. And y'all have a blessed evening. Talk to you soon now. God bless always. Yes, sir. Amen.